Yo, what's up guys? The NBA trade deadline is less than 2 weeks away, and in today's video I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news and rumors surrounding the trade deadline and their plans for the trade deadline. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video. It takes a second and it helps me out a lot. And leave some comments and questions below today's video about all the topics and trade rumors I'm about to jump into and just what you guys want and expect the Bulls to do at this upcoming trade deadline. Also, check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about a few NBA ESPN insiders about how they expect the Bulls to trade Zach LaVine to the Lakers for Russell Westbrook and 2 first-rounders. That whole situation is kind of 50-50 split. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into today's video because, like I just did say, the trade deadline is 2 weeks away. And on any given night, who truly knows what Chicago Bulls team is going to come up and what team we're going to watch? And with that being said, I think we all know that I think a lot of Bulls fans want the Bulls to do something at this trade deadline, and I think we all agree change or a trade or something needs to happen. And this article just came out the other day from the Chicago Tribune, and they did report saying that the trade deadline looms over this road trip as the Bulls stagger through losses. But is the front office willing to make big changes and big moves? Inside the locker room, the message was the same as I feel like it's always been for the past year or so, and they did say we have enough here. And in my eyes, I understand them being confident and all, but that is delusional. This team has been so up and down, especially the past 2 losses versus the Pacers and the Hornets. This team needs change. A trade needs to happen, or a big trade, or just something needs to change. Now, speaking of some trade rumors, a bunch of articles and rumors came out just the other day, and in today's video, the first topic and rumor I'm going to talk about is that the Chicago Bulls are expected to move on from Andre Drummond at this year's NBA trade deadline. And also, there's been some reports and rumors about how the Bulls are reportedly looking and asking for 2 first-round draft picks in any trade package for Alex Caruso. Leave some comments below today's video about those rumors, and I'm just going to first off jump into the whole Andre Drummond one. In my eyes, I don't understand this whole Andre Drummond situation. Obviously, the Bulls were lacking a true backup center last year, so in this past offseason, Arturas and Mark went out and signed Andre Drummond. Now, at the time of the signing, I wasn't a huge fan just because I felt like the Bulls needed more rim protection. But even though Andre Drummond doesn't provide the best rim protection, he's still a big body, and I think we all know how elite of a rebounder he has been throughout his career. And just the other day, longtime NBA insider Mark Stein, who is both well respected and well sourced around the NBA, he did put out this article talking about a bunch of NBA trade deadline rumors and just news, and he did report saying, do not be surprised if the Bulls move on from former All-Star center Andre Drummond before the February 9th trade deadline. And Mark Stein did write on January 27th that Drummond has been playing less than few minutes in each of the Bulls' past 12 games, and like I did say earlier in today's video, I feel bad for Andre Drummond. His whole situation with the Chicago Bulls has been so up and down. I mean, I know as of late, Billy Donovan has been playing more of Derrick Jones Jr. at the center position and just playing more small ball. And I do understand that I like Derrick Jones Jr. at the small ball 5, but at the end of the day, in most games, this Bulls team is getting out-rebounded, and playing Andre Drummond, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes off the night, I feel like that could help the rebounding a lot and really change the outlook of some games. I mean, like I did say, Andre Drummond, he's always been an elite rebounder, and I just feel bad for him in his role. He did average 17 minutes in October, then about 14 minutes in November, only 13 minutes per game in December, and now he's currently averaging just about 8 minutes a game in January, which is about to be over. I just don't understand why the Bulls obviously need rebounding help, and they're not playing the best rebounder on this team. Also, Andre Drummond did sign a 2-year, $6.6 million contract with the Bulls in this past summer, and he really hasn't been playing as of late, and he's currently averaging 6 points, about 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal in 13 minutes of action. Now, those numbers aren't huge, but that's still very incredible and efficient during only about 13 minutes a night. I feel bad for Andre Drummond. Also, this just isn't a good look for the Chicago Bulls organization and front office. They said they needed a backup center. They went out and signed their man. Andre Drummond, I feel like he's played pretty well in most games when given minutes. I mean, he has had some foul trouble here and there, but the Chicago Bulls are now not playing their free agent signing at all, and they're more than likely going to trade him or even buy him out at the trade deadline. I just don't understand this Bulls front office as of recently. You know, they gave Tony Bradley a player option, and then they also gave Andre Drummond a player option, and now Billy Donovan doesn't trust either of them and doesn't play any of them. I just don't understand what the Bulls front office, Billy Donovan, and like what is going on with this team. Leave some comments and questions below today's video about how the Bulls are expected to trade Andre Drummond. And the final topic in today's video is some more Bulls trade rumors surrounding Alex Caruso. Now, like I did say earlier in today's video, who truly knows what Bulls team is going to show up on every given night? And who even knows what the Chicago Bulls front office is going to do at the trade deadline? I've seen so many reports about them, how they're expected to be buyers, sell, or just stand pat and do nothing. Now, per Jake L. Fisher of Bleacher Report, he did report the other day that the Chicago Bulls do believe that if they do trade Alex Caruso, that they could get 2 first-round draft picks in return. And I know a lot of Bulls fans do not want the Bulls to trade Alex Caruso, and I do agree, and I understand both sides of this story. And I think we all know it's very obvious Alex Caruso is the best defender on this Bulls team, and I saw there was a bunch of reports about how Golden State and the Knicks have been listed and just linked and just been kind of scouting him for weeks now. And with the Bulls looking for 2 first-rounders for Alex Caruso, I think they honestly could get it. I mean, there's been a lot of reports about how at this trade deadline, this is a seller's market. And it also helps, obviously, Alex Caruso would make a huge difference on a lot of playoff and championship contending teams. He's also currently only in his second year of a 4-year, $37 million contract, and that is a great price and just great value for what Alex Caruso does provide on the floor. And I know a lot of Bulls fans are going to say, we can't trade him. He's like the only defender on this team, and I do understand, but at the end of the day, I think we all know how important Alex Caruso is to this Bulls team, especially with Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso were healthy and playing together, the Bulls had the best point of attack and point of defense in the league in my eyes. But let's be real, this Bulls team is not even close to being a championship team, and if the season ended right now, they wouldn't even be in the play-in tournament. I think it's clear at this upcoming trade deadline, obviously that's about less than 2 weeks away, and these next few games are really going to depend on what the Bulls front office does in my eyes. The Chicago Bulls front office needs to pick a direction if they want to rebuild, retool, or do something. Now, I really like Alex Caruso, but if a team does give up 2 first-rounders, I feel like the Bulls have to do that. I just feel like it's a no-brainer. I love Alex Caruso. I know how important he is to this team and how good he is on the defensive side of the basketball, but this Bulls team is just stuck in basketball hell as of right now. And let's be real, this Bulls team doesn't have many trade assets and especially future draft picks. Getting 2 first-rounders for Alex Caruso would be huge for a simple retool or just rebuild or just for the future of this Bulls team. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.